What up, yo? On my way to go pick up the first truck I've ever owned. In 45 years on this planet, I still have not owned a truck, and I'm on my way to go pick one up right now. I bought it at an auction. I have not seen it in person. I'm really curious as to how the whole process works. I've never bought a car at an auction, so hopefully it says it runs and drives and everything, so hopefully it's in good shape when I pick it up, but we'll see when we get there. We're here. There's all kinds of cars out there. They got some toasty cars. Burned beyond recognition. Here it comes. Oh, that's how they bring them. You don't know about that auction car life. Dang, that's brutal. Dang, look at her go. That's crazy. That is crazy. I hope it fits on the trailer. Sheesh. Oh my gosh. Could be an issue. Oh, the underside doesn't look too bad. Woo. Oh. Dang, oh. Looking good. Good job, sir. Man, it is windy and terrible out here. She fits, but just barely. So far, it looks pretty good. I don't know how I'm gonna tie it down. Doesn't look too bad though, honestly. All right, let's get this thing strapped up and get the heck out of here. It's windy, it's terrible, dusty. This is looking super sketchy. These straps are, I'm not comfortable with that holding back like this entire truck. I didn't realize how big it was gonna be. So, things start loosening up back here. I mean, I'll have a real problem if this thing starts like sliding back. So I'm gonna go in here to this pilot and get some chains and just like attach it on the front with some chains just so it doesn't roll back. And once it's there, I think I'll be comfortable with it. But right now I'm not comfortable with it. Those straps are not big enough for that truck. All right, still windy. I believe at this point you could flip this trailer upside down and it would probably still stay attached. So I think with these straps on it, strapped in through the wheels, I think it'll probably be okay. Never hauled a car this big on a trailer before, but with all those attachment points, I think it'll be all right. It's okay, let's get it home. Oh, it's so dumb how cold it is outside. So, I left my camera at the shop and I just got it back now. We use this whole setup to tow this bad boy back. All right, so let's see if it builds oil pressure or not. I'm pretty nervous about this actually. I hope I didn't freaking destroy the engine. Come on now. There it goes. Wow. Oh gosh. Oh. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. Because that's that squeaky noise that I'm hearing right now. If you can hear that, that might be the transmission actually. But it's got 40 PSI. Oh. Oh, that's good news. All right, so here's what we got. It's a beautiful day out today. So nice. It's been super cold, like forever, and I'm sick of it. So I'm really happy that it's warm out. So we had the low pressure scare in this thing. One of the codes that I pulled off of it was a oil pressure sensor out of range, and I have heard that the sensors on these are not the most reliable. So it could be that it's a bad sensor, which is why I saw it reading 0 oil pressure. I'm really hoping that that's the case. It could or could not be. When I checked the oil, it was at the low fill line, which it should have had oil pressure when I started it up the first time. So another code for it was a cylinder 1 misfire, which of course is the first cylinder over here on the driver's side in the front, from what I understand. And that's probably going to be the cylinder with a collapsed lifter. So the plan is to take all of this apart, replace the DOD cam with a VVT only cam, put all new lifters in it, and then put it all back together, fill it with fresh oil, run some sea foam through it, clean all the rest of the stuff out, and hopefully have a good running truck again. Well, because we're starting a new project, I thought we'd get something special to go along with it. So we ran over to Old Harbor Freight and picked up the 24 karat gold plated Icon ratchet. It's beautiful. It's a special edition, 92. It's real 24 karat gold plated. And you know, I figured just in case I'm gonna be wrenching around strong acids or you know, corrosive substances, gold is a pretty good choice. Good luck opening it. So it is actually quite nice. I mean, the plating is not very super, you know, thick on it, but it is real gold. And it actually, I don't know, if I close my eyes, I don't know if I'd be able to feel the difference between this ratchet and another one. But it'd be something that'll be fun to use. I needed another 3/8 anyhow. So yeah, you'll be seeing this on the channel now. So now that we got this thing ready to rock and roll, start taking this truck apart. A leaf was on top of this bolt right here, and I couldn't see it, and it's fully tight. So that is guaranteed to be my issue. Probably have an extra one on the right hand side too that I missed. Big hose is clipped on the back. Ay, ay, ay. Nope. Put these on there. No, that wasn't it. All right. Come on, buddy. There it is. Oh. There's my problem right there. I think that would cause a little bit of lifter noise, I'm sure. These feel so loose. The ones in the Hummer weren't nearly this dirty. These are the two from the DOD lifter. I don't think you can really tell a difference aside from this one. You can see a clear wear pattern on there from it banging around in there from being loose. I do have another issue. One of these is sort of football shaped on the top. You can see it shiny back and forth like that, and it is clearly not worn like the others. The rest of these all look pretty good, but this one definitely had some weird wear going on. So I've already mixed them up, so I'm gonna have to find the rocker that was matched to that and gonna have to replace it. Good thing about that is I have lots of rockers, but I'd have to put them back together because oh no, I don't have rockers. I'll have to replace that rocker though. These also don't look too bad. Looks like good news. This one is fully extended. You can see it's like stock extended, and this one is completely collapsed. So I don't know if I could actually pull these apart. It'd be really hard to do it one-handed. But this one, will this collapse? No, it's like not moving at all. And this one is like stuck collapsed and it's not going anywhere. But the wheel on that one looks a little bit galled up, but it doesn't look super bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all actually. And then this one looks pretty good, like it's not even hurt. The collapsed one got a little bit beat up, but it's not looking too bad, so the cam should be in okay shape. Not that it matters, I'm not reusing the cam, but this 100% had to be my problem. So if the cam's okay and there's no material floating around in there, and I just have to replace the cam and lifters, then this should be a pretty easy job. These did not look, I'll take one out for you. Ugh. So these, I don't know how many miles are on these, but these came out of the Hummer, and they're not nearly as dirty as the ones that came out of this truck. So I'm going to use the Hummer lifters for this truck, and they should work pretty well. Now I have to get all of the parts together that I need and order everything, and then I should be able to start putting it back together after I get the cam out. So now I have to take the balancer off the front of the engine. I always used to use this 3-jaw puller type thing, and it would grab the hub from the outside and then pull the hub off, but this kept slipping off the little hub notches on the back of it. So I ordered this instead, and this goes in and turns onto the spokes and then pulls out. So I'm going to install it here, and it should pull this off much easier. And then with this, it's that easy. There's some wear on it, but it doesn't look too bad. These were the number 1 cylinder. Doesn't really look all that bad, but it's getting a new cam anyway. So I left the truck for a couple days because of rain and work, and I came back and ooh, got some rust on the cylinder bores. Oopsie. It doesn't look that bad though. I rubbed some of it off with my fingers, and I don't think it's that big of an issue. So I'm going to hit it with a little bit of PB Blaster and clean that rust off, and then hopefully this should keep the water away from it. So because I broke the chain tensioner, I'm going to take this and replace it with the LS2 style chain tensioner. Oh, I got some rust on that stuff too. Dang, not good. Next time I'll spray everything down if it's gonna rain. That's my bad. I should have thought about it. I did think about it. I should have come out and do it and done it. Looks for the most part it's just surface rust that's coming right off. It's coming right off. Came out of there okay, but it is still not good enough. I'm gonna have to get in there and like scrub that out because I can feel it's like rough surfaces inside there. So I might get in there with something really light that won't scratch the bores and kind of like smooth it back out again. Get all that surface rust off of there, which is really annoying. But you know, it's my fault, 100% my fault. Stupid thing to do to just leave it open with it raining and super humid out. But next issue is that tensioner. So I've got to get these 2 bolts out here, and once those 2 bolts are out, I've got to get the oil pump bolts out and slide the oil pump back so that I can replace that tensioner. I know it can be done because my buddy did it. So I'm going to take those bolts off and swap the tensioner out right now. All right, now just take a look at how far you have to pry that pump off of the block to get those bolts out and back in. I do not recommend. If you could do this any other way, I would recommend doing it any other way. And by the way, this engine only has apparently 130,000 miles on it, but there is a lot of varnish in there for 130,000 miles, I think. I doubt this engine had its oil changed very often. So I'm just gonna put it back together and send it, and it's gonna last as long as it lasts. If I have to pull it and rebuild it in 20,000 miles or 30,000 miles, like, I don't care. I'm just gonna throw it together and see what happens. I just want this thing to run. Yeah, all the parts to do this were only 300 bucks. Like, and if the engine fails, like some bearings or something like that, like starts knocking, I mean, you know, I'll pull it out and have it machined to put bearings in it. Is not expensive. Like, it's an LS, and so today we're gonna throw it all back together, and hopefully I can get it running by tonight. So a lot of people will slather this thing up like with all kinds of crazy amounts of lube, but by the time you get it through the first bearing, it scrapes all of it off. Think about the bearing clearance. If it's only like, say, 6 thousandths or something like that, then you're only gonna have a 6 thousandths thick film. You can't have any more. So absolutely, like, drenching this thing in assembly lube is not gonna help anything. So we're gonna take this thing and we're gonna put it in right now. This will be the second cam I've ever put in. See that stuff getting like slid off of there? Okay. Alright, need a little bit of leverage to get into the last little bit here. The other dowel came off in the head. Front corner dowel was missing right here. There's supposed to be a dowel there. I'm really glad I didn't throw away the head gasket because that's my dowel right there. Now, when I first got this truck at the auction, and there was this bad boy right here, and I was like, that looks an awful like the transmission dipstick. And so I went and looked under the hood, and sure enough, transmission dipstick is broken off. So I'm gonna try and fix the dipstick, which I think is aluminum, so I'm not gonna be able to weld it. I ought to just get a new one. Got the dipstick out of there. It does feel like, it feels like aluminum, but I'm not 100% sure. So I may just get a new one, or because of that metal tab, I can't weld it back together. I mean, it doesn't have to be airtight. It just has to hold together, so I don't know. I mean, I could just... Actually, I could put a hose clamp there and a hose clamp there, good and tight, and then tape the heck out of it. It doesn't have to be airtight, and I think that would probably do it. Here's the other half. It goes together. I don't know how they did this. Good as new. The hose clamps are super cheap ones, so they're sort of like trying to fall apart as I'm tightening them, but this is about as strong as a brand new one. So I'm gonna throw this back in there and it should be good to go. Lucas, this stuff, I like this stuff because it's green It gets absolutely everywhere. It is so sticky and crazy. Well, valve covers are on. The valve cover gaskets were a total pain. The intake manifold's going on next. I've got the headers on. Those were a total pain. A lot of bolts did not want to bolt, but got it. It's really coming together now. Should just be the intake, front accessories, and then water and oil. Intake manifold's about to go back on. A little oil in the intake. It never hurt nobody. Never hurt nobody. A little bit of oil. Ooh, some smells good. Oh yeah. Is power steering fluid supposed to take paint off the frame? 'Cause I did not know that was a thing. If it's a thing. Whoops. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. You gotta do it this way. So, I was trying to put one of these clips in here, and it was even the wrong clip, but I had the bucket of coolant underneath there from when I drained it. I was putting the clip in and I dropped it and it went floop right down into there. So, thankfully they're magnetic, so we're going fishing. I think it was, I have no idea where it was at. I can't even see in here. There's a layer of transmission fluid and oil on top of it. Oh, oh. There she is. Yeah. Oh, man. When that thing flooped in there, my heart sunk. I was like, ah. Mighty Auto Parts. M84. Didn't cheap out on the filter either. I bet these are like $5-6. Mighty Auto Parts engine guard. Interesting. All right, old girl. Time for you to kick back a couple of cold ones. Gonna get a whole one of these and then one more quart after that. These hold 6 quarts, the LQ9. Nice. All right, so she's all buttoned up. It's got oil in it, but no coolant. I want to make sure it starts and that the cam is phased correctly and everything's put together and it doesn't blow apart, so that I won't have to drain all the coolant out when I fire it up again. So I'm not going to rev it or do anything crazy. I just want to see if it starts. All right, here it goes. It's not cranking super fast. Didn't pull any fuses, I don't think. Yeah, I pulled the fuel pump fuse when I first got it to try and break the bolt free. I used the starter motor to try and break the crank bolt free, but okay, let's try again. So we gotta wait until the lifters get some oil in them, but since it's running, I'm gonna put coolant in it right now, so I'm gonna shut it off. Hey, it runs! Oh, that's a relief. Okay, so there's a lot of lifter chatter, but I expected that with it being brand new, the whole top end and everything. It's got oil. I didn't check the oil pressure, unfortunately. I can start up again. Let's see what the oil pressure is. Right at 40 psi, and I replaced the oil pressure sensor. you can hear the lifters calming down. They're getting quieter. Woohoo! Oh, it feels good. That was days and days of work. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it started up on the first try. But it's time to pour some coolant in this thing, and then we can take it for a road test. Okay, so it's running great. It's idling just under 40 PSI oil pressure. It's got less than 1/8 of a tank of fuel, or maybe even a 1/16. So it's up to almost 200 now. It's full of coolant and everything. We're gonna try and drive it. Hopefully the transmission's 100%, like all good. Check the transmission fluid and it looked good. Ooh. Oh, it's got some get up and go. It actually runs and drives. How about that? It's actually really smooth too. No check engine light though. Like that's crazy. After all that with the tapping and it flashing check engine light and all that stuff, like there's like nothing. So here's the part where we give it a little rip and make sure it's gonna survive. Oh, it goes right back up though. Yeah, it gets up and goes. The window doesn't roll down. And the handle doesn't work. I am stuck in here. Nice. Good to know. All right, so we're all done. So there's only one thing left to do. Right in here is the key. So give me that key. And she's done.